The following is an opinion show, and nothing said in this show should be taken as fact or be taken literally. They're just goofing around, trying to have fun. You do like to have fun, don't you? Also, this show is not for kids, so listener discretion is advised.
Hello everyone to this delayed E3 extravaganza special of Geekus Speakus, where E3 stands for
I mean, that's mostly true, yeah. I mean, we had like one, maybe two great conferences, and the rest were all just...
Oh, I didn't watch a single conference. I just looked up the trailers afterwards and maybe have like 3 or 4 things that like actually interested me.
Like, I did a bit of tweeting whenever the Microsoft conference was going on, then I live tweeted Bethesda's, and the rest were just so boring. Like, if I were to judge it, Bethesda had the coolest, and it was only because...
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, seriously?
Oh, Bethesda's was, ugh.
No, like, seriously.
I don't like watching conferences, but I like caught little glimpses of all of them, and they...
Well,
I don't know.
They did some smarky stuff, like making fun of Canada's Walmart website that revealed their game weeks in advance.
Oh.
They got Andrew WK to play a song on stage. They addressed literally everything everybody wanted to hear about and told us stuff we didn't know people wanted to care about, like a new Elder Scrolls.
You know what? Let's get to that when we get to E3 later. I've got some words to talk about and all that stuff. Let's take care of our other stuff before we go into E3.
Okay.
So first off, we've got some trailers. Well, first off, how are you doing?
I am okay.
That sounds decent. I bought my first suit. I'm going in for the final fitting next weekend, so that's something.
What's the suit for?
My best friend's wedding.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, guest of the show, Laura. It's her wedding.
Oh, yeah. Give her my congratulations. Or
she's marrying. Yeah, she's marrying. Her and my best friend Al. Well, they're both really good friends, but he's my best friend.
Right.
Got technically married like a year or so ago, but they're finally having their ceremony.
Oh, gotcha.
So, but yeah, it's gonna be next month.
Congratulations, guys. I know only one of you knows me, but congratulations nonetheless.
Yep. Shout out to them. So, apart from that, not too much. It's warm. It's summer. So let's jump into trailer talk so we can have more time to talk about 3.
All right.
First, go ahead.
The first one was Dumbo.
Hey, you know what? It's a Tim Burton movie, and I don't see Johnny Depp anywhere.
See, we don't know who voices any of the characters yet. You're judging this too quickly. For all we know, Johnny Depp could be the elephant this time. He could be Dumbo.
You know what bothers me? Okay, Paul W.S. Anderson does this too, and so does Johnny Depp. Not Johnny Depp, Tim Burton. They use the same people for everything. And I know certain directors do that. The Coen brothers do that. Nolan does that. But the thing is, with the Coen brothers and Nolan, they cycle through their actors and put them into different roles. Paul W.S. Anderson and Tim Burton always have the same actors in the same roles.
I will say there's one director who always picks the same people, and I'm okay with this, and that's Edgar Wright. But that's because... like, there has never been a movie that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost has been in I didn't like.
You know what? Even his bothers me.
I mean, I get that, but if you pay attention to his work, it does vary as time goes on.
Well, the 3 big ones for him, the Cornetto trilogy,
right?
They're supposed to be linked, and that makes sense.
Right.
But Paul W.S. Anderson did the Resident Evil movies, and he put his wife into like the lead role. But then he did a non-Resident Evil movie, and he shoehorned his wife into the lead role, and it's like, why? Why are you doing this?
Or Tim Burton, who made a non-Tim Burton movie and still shoehorned his wife into the lead role. Yes.
And his best friend.
Yeah. 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 I mean, like I said, I like Edgar Wright, but he's actually done movies that don't involve them quite often nowadays. He did Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I don't think I saw a single one of his usuals in there.
Oh yeah, no, I love Scott Pilgrim, but I'm also a dirty hipster, so...
I mean, I like that comic book more than I like the movie, but I'm not a dirty...
They both were good.
Yes, they were. I'm not a dirty hipster, but I still really like that series.
I don't see Bonham Carter. I'm looking at the cast list, the voice cast list, and I don't see Bonham Carter or
Depp?
Johnny Depp on here.
You mean after all these years, he's moving away from his usuals? Ooh, progress.
Yeah. Right? Oh, wait. No, never mind. I'm looking at the old one. I'm looking at the 1940s one. Give me a second.
Whoops. Swear to God,
No! Same thing. Nope, they're not on there.
Oh, well. All of 4 movies that he's done. This will be the 4th one that either Johnny Depp or Bonham Carter is going to be in.
Danny DeVito's gonna be in it.
That makes sense. I don't know why. That makes sense to me.
Alright, what's the next trailer here? How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Now, I think the subtitle for this is, Did We Need a Third Movie?
It's a trilogy, they're finishing it up.
I do believe the answer to this is no. I don't think we needed another movie.
No, once you make 2, you have to make a 3rd because nobody likes duologies.
Yeah, why not? We could end it on a good note. Right there.
I think they are ending it on a good note. I think they're just going to finish it up.
But the second
I
one
think this might be the
didn't.
last. I honestly haven't seen the second one, so I don't know. I'm just assuming it all ended terribly.
I mean, spoiler alert for like a 2-year-old movie, but the dad dies at the end.
See, I knew that.
That's it. That was the biggest spoiler of that. The dad dies at the end. Oh, the mom's alive. There you go.
Oh.
Spoiled.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, hold on. I got a story to tell about this one. I got really annoyed because I have a friend who loves dragons so much to the point where we make fun of him for it. Not to kink shame, but he annoys people. He made me go watch this movie. This was his like 2nd or 3rd showing. He's like, you gotta go watch it. This is great. This is great. It's like me and you with Wreck-It Ralph. I was like,
oh,
it's okay.
I gotcha.
I don't know. Maybe it's because he hyped it up. I'm just like, no, this is an okay movie. This is what this is. It's not fantastic. It's okay. It's a worthy sequel to an okay series.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess since we don't really have anything to say about that, do you want to move to the next trailer?
Yeah, sure.
Mortal Engines or Hell's Moving Castle, the Extreme Edition.
I'd like to think of more like Howl's Moving Castle if he mixed it with Mad Max.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it's like Howl's Mad Castle. Ooh.
Ooh.
I like that. Go ahead. Note to self, make Hell's Mad Castle. Anyway, I like that's original. We literally don't have
it's based off
like
a
that.
book.
Right.
It's based off a book. But yeah, it looks interesting. It's Peter Jackson, but is it gonna be Hobbit Peter Jackson, or is it gonna be more Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson?
Are we gonna get 2 unnecessary sequels? Because then we got Hobbit Jackson.
Yeah.
Because like Mortal Engines.
How much practical effects are they gonna use?
Probably none. I have a feeling it's gonna be a whole lot of none. Because practical effects are like a dying art, unfortunately.
Don't they know the best way to do it is to combine the 2?
It is. That's like Puppet Yoda in the Last Jedi. You see some CG, but it looked like old Yoda from the original series.
Yeah,
so you
use practical effects and then you layer over the CGI.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. director of Hobbit. Ugh, sorry, still not a Lord of the Rings fan.
Oh, I like Lord of the Rings, and those movies are terrible.
I can agree with you, although I will admit that I watched the first Hobbit without falling asleep, which is an improvement upon the first 3 movies. So, there you go. Probably just pissed off a lot of people right now.
All right. So moving on. This wasn't technically not a E3 one, so writing it here. But I like the joke. I don't even know if it's a joke, but Skyrim Alexa edition.
So last year, if you remember our E3 coverage, I made a joke how Skyrim's on everything, like spoons. And this is really great where they did Skyrim on Alexa, and then Skyrim on Etch-a-Sketch, which I loved, and Skyrim on your smart fridge, which this is all an enjoyable thing. And I have nothing to say. It was great. Everyone should watch this. Even if you're not a Skyrim fan, it's legitimately funny.
All right. Also, starring Keegan-Michael Key as well.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Also, a part of me now yearns the idea of an audiobook, but it's like a choose your own adventure audiobook.
Shit. Certain there's actually Alexa things like that. Hello from the Magic Tavern did one.
What?
Yeah, they did one for, I want to say, for like Alexa stuff, and it was like there was one for that. I don't know how up to date you are on Magic Tavern, but there was one of their ads for a little bit.
I missed like a whole year with episodes now.
Okay. But other places are doing it too, where they're doing like a Alexa guided, and it's basically like a choose your own adventure novel.
I like this idea. This sounds fun. This should be more of a thing, or maybe I'm just looking for something that shouldn't be there. Who knows? Maybe it could be.
No, I agree. They should do it more too.
Let's see. The next bit here is that George Lucas releases.
Onto the news.
Onto the news. Yep.
Onto the news. We're not on trailers anymore. But Lucas reveals what his original plan for the Star Wars sequel trilogy was going to be.
And it all sounds terrible.
It's the microverse.
No, literally nobody wanted this.
People who were like, well, if Lucas was still here, these movies wouldn't be bad. Well... Yeah, no. Luke, I feel Lucas had to jump in and go, guys.
It was going to be bad.
This is me we're talking about. I am George Lucas, and I wanted to go smaller. I felt the galaxy was too vast, and I wanted to go into the unexplored thing of the cells, where there are Jedi inside of Jedis that give them their power to do the Force, and the midichlorians are actually their homes.
So yeah, literally nobody wanted this. I'm really glad this didn't get picked up.
We called them the Willis. We're the Wills, and we live in the midichlorians.
No, I'm cool with the Wills and the aspect there with that subcult on whatever the name in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Sort of deal. That was fine. I didn't really mind that. It's whenever they get
literally the name of the creatures inside the microverse are named the Wills.
This is stupid.
Well, I am George Lucas, and Star Wars is my thing that I sold for more money than you'll ever see in your entire life to Disney.
George, just stop. Just stop. No one wants you around anymore. You're ruining a good series. Maybe we'd hate you less if you didn't do the stupid digital re-releases of the original trilogy. I really feel like people would hate him less if he didn't do that, Well,
we really needed to add ads into the background as well as reptiles, and if my dreams would have met fruition, everyone would have been replaced by Jar Jar by the third one.
Yeah. All of those are terrible. I really want. I feel like we could have forgiven the prequels if he hadn't have done that. That's all I'm saying. We could have been like, well, they were bad, but I mean, there could be worse. And then he tried to change everything.
All right, shall we move on? Speaking of Star Wars, Ewan McGregor is starring in the Doctor Sleep uh, uh um, the Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep.
I'm okay with this. Ewan McGregor is a good actor.
He's the best part of the prequel trilogies.
This is true. Literally the best part. Really, the bar wasn't very high, but still, he was the best part.
And mind you, this is a movie with Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yeah, well, that's because there wasn't enough Sam in the scenes. He was there mostly for snippets, which is disappointing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna get a sequel to The Shining, and I guess they're also revisiting the idea, by the way, of doing The Shining again, and a prequel to The Shining, what they're currently in the talks to do, which would have happened like the original event that caused all the ghosts to be there.
Yeah.
So that looks fun.
All right. Blah 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 blue 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 blue. Also, Lucasfilm is putting the Star Wars stories on hold because they did not do as well as they expected with Han Solo. I do want to say though that it has been said that the movies that are already in production or already greenlit will still continue to be made.
Yeah.
It's just they're not going to greenlight anymore. So people are like, oh, they're not going to make an Obi-Wan, or they're not going to make Fett, or they're not going to do that. Those have already been greenlit. Those will continue.
Well, I think what it comes down to is so many people were disappointed with The Last Jedi that by the time that Solo
Oh
came
my
out,
god, don't get me fucking started on that whole re-record Last Jedi thing. Those people are fucking dumb. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
What the fuck? That movie was not that bad, people.
I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either. I mean, it's still not episode 1. I don't know why people were upset about it. Sorry, I really didn't like it, the prequels. It feels like an overreaction is what I'm saying. It really does.
It is. It's extremely an overreaction. Also, goddamn fragile man children. Like, who cares if it has minorities and women?
Yeah, I hate when people fucking do that. Look, Solo was a legitimate good movie. I liked it. It was fun. I liked it way more than Last Jedi because it was enjoyable.
It was super fun. Like, it wasn't perfect, but it was super fun. I liked Solo. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was a space western.
Yeah. Literally one half of the creative ideas that made Star Wars in the first place. The western, and the other half, of course, being samurai movies. So it was one half of what made the series popular. What Lucas had initially envisioned. So I don't see what the big deal here is. It was a good movie.
Yeah. Okay, let's moving on. Anime. Which anime was this? The creator of New Life Plus got fired. Got his show. He got his show canceled.
Right.
Because he was posting racist Twitter comments on the Twitters.
Was the guy who was like being an anti-Semitic or something like that?
I believe so.
Well, good. His show got fucking canceled. You don't get to do that
Yep.
shit.
Yep. Probably the most exciting news for me, far excitingier than anything else we'll talk about today. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Golden Wind Venta Oreo is set to premiere in October.
Nice.
I'm finally getting JoJo Part 5, so I can join the adventures of Giorno Giovanna, the bastard son of Dio, using Jonathan's body, because JoJo's weird like that. And more people can be introduced to the meme of nobody can explain King Crimson.
Okay.
Yep, the bad guys stand as King Crimson and no one can explain how it works.
Alright.
But I'm ready to be a gangstar. My body is ready for that, and it made my day.
Alright.
Any questions about JoJo?
Not at the moment, no.
Alright. So moving on, let's just try to get through these news so we can get to the E3 extravaganza. Extravaganza. Steam is basically Steam took out all of their limits on games. They used to have like a thing of like they have to like I don't know how to put it, but basically as long as the game doesn't have like isn't like super nudity, they're basically allowing all games on Steam.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing.
I think they just got a lot of flack whenever, a few weeks ago when people were giving them shit about their new rule, and they were like, oh, that wasn't us. Somebody was acting by themselves, so
yeah,
we're bringing everything now. Come on, everything, bring it all.
That's true, but on the same thing, I can see a problem with the fake Chinese knockoff games.
Oh yeah,
Steam has a lot of those, and yeah.
Oh, you mean like?
Hopefully they'll put.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, hopefully they can put in something into place to like keep that out. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you mean like Islander, the not Stardew Valley ripoff?
Yeah,
like that.
Or this weird Team Fortress 2 ripoff where everyone's a toy, but it's the same exact like characters from Team Fortress 2, but they're all like Barbie dolls.
Or not Battlegrounds. I probably got that name wrong, but we'll run into this copyright infringement anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll do something about that with enough people complaining. Yeah. Next one on there is... Alright. Can we stop pretending David Cage games are deep? Like, seriously? They're not that deep. The guy is a fucking hack.
I mean, I've heard good things about... What was it?
They're alright games. Like, they're alright games. But, like, people, like, act like they're deeper than they actually are, and they're not.
Right.
Also, don't forget that, was it Heavy Rain is the one everyone likes to remember?
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget that, he basically made a nude model in Ellen Page's likeness without her permission.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. That's a real dick thing to do.
It is.
By the way, everyone, what he's referring to is a Kotaku article that says David Cage games keep treating women like shit.
Yep.
This is an opinion piece, of course, but basically the guy's saying that David Cage does not think very fondly of women in video games. So.
Yeah, and it's constant games keep showing it. Like he's not as deep as people like to act like he is.
To be fair,
games.
A lot of people think they're deeper than they actually are. I'm not doubting David Cage is not deep, but that's a pretty common thing nowadays. It's like someone quoting fucking Candace, "All we are is dust in the wind." Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Moving on. So, turns out Mario Tennis is a fighting game disguised as a tennis game.
Now, I am curious.
Alright, so here's how it is. When you play your sets, your tennis racket could be broken. You have 3 tennis rackets. So when you try to defend yourself from big ones, so your tennis racket basically has a health bar. And your tennis rounds have games. Your tennis games have rounds. It's basically a fighting game.
Just without physically hitting. It's like passive-aggressive fighting game.
Well, you're still like going in sets. Most fighting games work in sets, and you're still doing the sets.
Right. But you're not physically hitting each other. You're just trying to make sure you break the other person's tennis racket.
Yeah.
So
it's like
passive-aggressive fighting games. It's fighting without the fighting.
Yep.
Also, a Mario fighting game does sound actually pretty fun. Why is this not already a thing?
It's called Smash. Wait, Smash isn't a fighting game. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like actual like Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, that kind of fighting game. But with Mario.
I could be down for it.
Fucking Yoshi versus Goomba. Don't know how you play Goomba though.
Goomba's gonna be top tier.
What do you think? Goomba's gonna be top tier. What do you think Goomba's gonna be? Basically, just has headbutts everything because they don't have arms.
Goombas will have kicks, and they'll have they have a small hitbox.
I guess.
No, watch. Goombas will be top tier.
Alright. In our make-believe fighting game, Goombas will be top-tier fighters.
Well, technically, in most fighting games, everyone is balanced. But then you actually get people starting to play, and they're like, no, this guy's technically better because of X, X, and X.
Yeah. And let's see. Next one.
Cyberpunk 2077, which we'll get a little more into the E3 one, but basically, it might be a long time before this game actually comes out.
Unfortunately.
Because they're basically like, it's going to be super customizable, which could end up being really, really bad.
Yeah, but I'm super looking forward to this. Okay, first it's based off an old tabletop RPG from the 80s. And
This guy, definitely the guys from The Witcher, right?
Yeah, CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, this is not a Witcher. You don't play like a Witcher game. This is a first-person game. But everything I've seen on it said pretty positive things. So I'm super looking forward to this.
And apparently there's going to be full nudity in the game, but they didn't do any in the E3 trailer because they didn't want people to focus on it.
Well, yeah. If you said there'd be nudity on it, but there'd be a bunch of, fanboys making creepy art. It's the internet. It would have made a thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure there already is creepy art about it, but, it would just get worse.
There was creepy art the moment it was announced.
Yeah.
Even before it was announced.
I don't want to kink shame, but sometimes you're like, why did you fucking do that? You make me very uncomfortable right now, random person on the internet who posts on DeviantArt. Oh, we all know it goes to DeviantArt. I don't know. I'm super forward to looking... super forward. I'm super happy and looking forward to this. I want this to be something soon because it sounded great, especially in the when they announced it a few years ago.
And another one on there. Moving on, and another E3 thingy. The Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition comes with a wearable helmet. I have a giant head. That thing will probably not fit me, and I'd rather have a Pip-Boy.
They did that last time.
I know they did that last time, and they sold out super fast. But, ThinkGeek has a build-your-own Pip-Boy coming out. So, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Are you going to go with the Pip-Boy 2000, or are you going to go with the 3000?
2000, of course.
Yeah, I would say you're an OG Fallout player. I didn't think you'd go for the 3000.
No, I don't know. I'd rather have the older one.
Well, okay.
Or maybe the one from New... Or maybe I'd even go for the... what's the one in... 4 with the loadable tapes?
Oh, that's a 3000. That's just... They've...
Is it?
Yeah. The sharp version, they just made it all look like it works out well together. It's better seamed than the last couple games. That's the short version, but...
Oh,
yeah,
it's the
2000.
Yeah. Pip-Boy 2000 is probably the one I'd go with.
I like the...
Oh, Fallout 76 has the Pip-Boy 2000 Mark 6.
Yeah, that's the... Because the 2000 used in 1 and 2 was a handheld.
Oh, okay. Pip-Boy and 3000 is Mark 4.
Yeah.
Well, they're all wrist held. Well, I mean, okay, the first one is a... Yeah, handheld. There were some there are ones in the Pip-Boy 2000 you can wear on your arm, but they're kind of cumbersome and bulky. But you know which one I'd really go for? The Pip-Boy 3 billion.
Is that just the gold one?
Yep. Yep.
All right then. All right.
And keep going.
I was saying I kind of wanted the helmet, but to get that special edition they want, it's nearly $200, and I'm not gonna spend $200 even on swag. That's not worth it.
Yeah. I feel Bethesda likes to focus too much on the Brotherhood of Steel and the power armor, and I'm just like, no.
I get a bigger kick out of NCR than I do Brotherhood of Steel, and not just because I'm out of
Hell yeah, NCR.
Well, not just because I'm from California. It just feels more put together than the Brotherhood half the time. Like they're an established.
They are.
They're an established country. They're not,
Also, the Brotherhood are a bunch of assholes who want technology only for themselves.
Depends on which version, East Coast or West Coast.
Well, the real version.
Sir, just because you don't like it doesn't mean the East Coast are not the real version. However, I did not.
They're not the real version.
They are the real version. There's also Midwest.
They're all spin-offs. they're all spin-offs of the West Coast version, so they're not the real version.
That's not
They're
how it
spin-offs. Yeah, it is.
That's not how it works.
Just like Frasier's a fake version of Cheers.
That's not how it works.
Moving on. We found organic methane on Mars.
Yay.
Seasonal organic methane. So there's a
Archaea.
high chance. There's a high chance that there could be organic life on Mars. It's microbial, but it's still organic life.
I just want to point out that somebody's probably going to go to Mars, grab that methane, come back, and try to sell it as artisanal methane. There's going to be somebody saying, like, this is all natural artisanal methane for your house.
I'm Elon Musk, and I've brought you artisanal methane. I can't do Elon Musk voice, so this is the closest I can come up with. It sounds nothing like me.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't want to even attempt the South African accent. Let's not do this. But I am Elon Musk, and I'm going to sell you artisanal methane.
Alright. And I guess one quick thing before we get into our E3 stuff. Ooh, that's cool. I should play that again. We have 2 in memoriams. One is Vinnie Paul from Pantera passed away at the age of... Oh, what is he? He was in his 50s.
Relatively young.
He was, God damn it, just give me 54. And it was...
Go ahead.
He had a massive heart attack in his sleep.
Rest in peace, condolences to his family. 54 is still pretty young in the grand scheme of human life, so...
And if you don't remember, his brother, Daryl Paul, Dimebag Daryl, Daryl Abbott, sorry, not Daryl Paul, Paul is the middle name, Vinnie Paul, but his brother, who was also in the band Pantera, as well as Damage Plan, was murdered by a crazy fan in the middle of a concert.
Oh. He got beetled. But not...
Yeah, but like actually on stage beetled.
That's fucking crazy. Which reminds me...
Yeah, this was back in 2004.
Which reminds me, we shouldn't do live shows.
Well, we just have to have a big enough... Well, what happened was they quit Pantera, they made Damage Plan, and then, like, I want to say, like, a big, like, Pantera fan ran on stage and shot him because this band broke up. So as long as we never break up and start our own thing.
Okay. Alright. But hopefully we won't get Slayer level of fans. If we break up, they will destroy the city.
And then the last one... But yeah, he passed away earlier this week. And then the other in memoriam is Coco the gorilla, died at the age of 46. We all know Coco as the gorilla who knew sign language.
That's literally it. But, I mean, what else do you need, really?
She also had kittens, and was great. She was a gorilla that could actually talk to people. And I don't believe in heaven, but I imagine her going up to the pearly gates, and, like, St. Peter's about to send her to animal heaven, and then she starts signing, and he's like, God damn it!
Gotta bring it in.
And then God shows up, and he's like, what is it, Peter? And he's like, God, this monkey's, like, communicating with me. Peter, we've been over this. They are apes, not monkeys. I made both of them. And then he's like, well, what are we going to do? Well, she can communicate her feelings, so I guess she's people?
Hell it is.
And that's how Coco got to be And then they weigh her, and it turns out Coco gets to be the first gorilla in heaven. And her, Robin Williams, and Fred Rogers could all hang out forever.
And I smell a kid's cartoon. Coco, the first gorilla in heaven. A kid's cartoon. It can be educational. Put that...
Copyright!
Trademark.
Trademark!
TM.
So yeah, Coco is sad. New JoJo I'm excited for. Do you have anything else you want to cover before we get into E3?
No, not really. Not much is happening at the moment.
Alright, so you want to take a moment, bring up the stuff, and we will jump into E3?
Okay. I have it up.
So I want to talk about a couple of small things first that neither of us really care about.
Okay.
Oh, where is it? Boom. I'm trying to find which ones it is real quick. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the first one is the new Madden game. There's an exciting thing about that one. It's the first time it's been on the PC for 10 years.
Yay.
I mean, that's something. And then the other one that I find exciting is it... give me 1 second if I can find it again. Just Dance. The new Just Dance game.
Mm-hmm.
2 things about it. One, it's coming out for the Wii.
Like it has in the past.
Not the Wii U, not the Switch, the Wii.
Wait, the Wii. Like
the Wii.
The original Nintendo Wii.
Yes, it is coming out for the Wii.
They're still making Wii games. This is
apparently so.
This is the most surprising. Like, out of all the news we're going to talk about today, that is the most surprising out of this.
Well, remember, this is also the game that used the Fresno State Marching Band for its E3 thing.
Now, see, I find this cool, and I actually heard the song. It's a pretty good song. But let's address the fact that they put it on the Wii. Hold on. This is like if I wanted to make Halo for the Dreamcast. You're not going to fucking see
it. Yeah, exactly. I love it. I think it's great. I want to see like the new game come out for like the PlayStation.
So yeah, we need to create our own video game and then mass sell it for the PlayStation 1. There you go. There you go, everybody. Everyone want that? Nobody fucking wants that. No one's gonna go, well, time to dust up the old PS1. No one's gonna fucking say that. I don't know.
Well, you can use your PS3 to play on the play PS1 games.
Okay, but if you have a PS4, they're not gonna time to pull up the old PS3.
Hey! My PS3 is connected just as well as my PS4 is.
Yeah, there are exceptions, of course, to this. You're part of that exception. But if someone's like,
I also have a VCR and a box full of VHSs I found on the side of the road.
Look. If they said there's a Xbox 360 exclusive for Fallout, I'm still not gonna dust out the old 360. It's like, no, this thing is dead to me. Dead to me, I say.
Oh, see, I hold on to game consoles until they stop working.
I kind of do the same because I still have my original 64, even if it does restart itself. God damn it. Look, that's just weird. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was super cool to see Fresno State playing.
Right? That was super cool. It was like, wait a moment. Hold on a second. Go look this up. Holy shit, that is Fresno State.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, well, there's the Bulldog, and on the arm says Fresno State. Holy shit. The university.
What?
Yeah.
For the audience who doesn't know, who's tuning in on this random episode,
for the first time,
Fresno happens to be the town Dean and I both hail from.
Yep. Fresno, California, where the air's so bad it may be considered a carcinogen.
Maybe?
I still miss that town sometimes, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know it's bad, and sometimes I want to go back for a bit.
Well, that's because you moved to Missouri.
Well, I don't regret the friends I have made.
I miss my friends, and I miss some of the food, but I don't miss the location.
I really miss good Mexican food. And we were getting off topic. So yeah, that was awesome.
Alright, so, because there's a number of things to count on here. Some good, some bad. A lot of it kind of, I guess. How about we do it this way? We'll jump back and forth on a game, say our feelings on it. If it's the same, if we both have feelings on it, we can move on. We can both say it.
Okay.
Sound good to you?
All right.
Why don't you go first?
I'll just start at the top of the list because we've brought this up in the past. We have another trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 with an actual release date this time. Maybe.
It's weird. I didn't think I had grandkids.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty sure that the apocalypse hasn't happened yet. No, North Korea has hit the country. No,
Hell hasn't frozen over.
I haven't joined the Wolverines in Rebellion, so I didn't think this would happen. But apparently, I'm release date.
Trump hasn't made himself God Emperor of the world yet.
Yeah. We haven't lost New York or, you know, San Francisco to some kind of invasion. It's fucking weird. I mean, it's going to come out January of next year, 2019. And, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. But I'm still just going, yeah, but are we really going to get this? Are we really? It's going to be like Half-Life 3.
Also, what's hilarious is nobody cares about the Pirates movies anymore.
No, they do not.
Nobody cares. When they started making this game, people cared about it, but they don't anymore.
Mm-hmm. The entire trailer that they showed was, oh, look, it's the main characters on Pirates of the Caribbean. I was just like, people don't care about Pirates of the Caribbean anymore. That movie basically ended in the second movie because it started getting stupid after that.
Right.
And the next one, I'm sure.
Well, I'll go to the next one. I'm going to the next one.
All right.
We'll bounce back and forth.
Totally your jam. Go ahead.
I want to talk about. Since you went on one that's kind of good, I'm going to talk about a bad one.
What's that?
Command and Conquer Rivals. The Command and Conquer game no one wanted.
A Command and Conquer game. I don't think people want Command and Conquer anymore. That's the thing. RTS.
No. Hey. I want a Command and Conquer. I know at least a dozen people who want a Command and Conquer, but not like this.
Look, I'm just saying that the RTS days are kind of dead.
Well, they are, but they're still have a huge. They do. RTSs are like fighting games. They'll come and go.
Look. We had one resurgence for RTS after the late 90s, early 2000s, which was their height, obviously. But the one resurgence was just when StarCraft 2 came out. Nothing else. People have tried jumping off of that popularity around that same time. Nothing. The age of the RTS is dead. I would like to see it come back, but it's dead.
Oh, yeah, the Golden Age is dead, but there are still people who still play RTSs and will play new ones. What's actually becoming more popular are the 4-axis strategy games.
What do you mean?
The 4X's, a good example would be the things by Paradox. I want to say Paradox Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hearts of Iron and Europa Universalis. Those grand strategy games have become super popular.
Oh, gotcha.
But I would have gone for another Command and Conquer. You know what would have made them money and not made people pissed off? An HD remake of the original Command and Conquer.
Yeah, I think that would have done well.
With like modern controls and stuff?
Right. And then use some of those like competitive controls that have games. You can like hockey shit.
Yeah. Like do the original like a couple Command and Conquers and do like an HD remake, not this weird phone version. I mean, there was a Kane cameo at the end of the trailer, but nobody wants what is that phone game? Whatever Wars or whatever random strategy computer game. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants a Command and Conquer version of that.
Yeah. Clash of Clans, is that what you're talking about?
Clash of Clans, I think. Clash of Clans is the one I was trying to go for.
Yeah, nobody wants that. I mean, if you're gonna go RTS, go full RTS. But, because I'm not part of the RTS crowd anymore, I'll admit. Sometimes I still pull it out. I'll pull out, like, Age of Empires, which is still one of my favorite games. Woo-loo-loo. But it's, yeah, I'm with you. This game didn't need to be around, and not just because I don't think we need to bring back RTSs. It's just, no, fucking none of this Clash of Clans knockoff shit. It's like, it's so, ugh. And Command and Conquer had a story, had full, like, cinematics and stuff. Yeah. And it's a phone game now. Thanks, EA. Just what we wanted. EA, screwing over you since a long time now.
Shall we move on to one of yours?
Spiderman!
Oh, you mean,
Arkham Spider.
Spi-
Yes.
Arkham Spider,
Yes.
or what's the Raft? Spider-Man the Raft,
Yes.
which it looks like they're fighting on the raft,
Yep.
and they're using the Arkham Asylum style gameplay.
I'm okay with this because if you're gonna rip off a gameplay style, you might as well do it with them.
It looks alright. Like the Batman Arkham games are fun and alright, but like I was hoping for a little more difference. I feel it's one of those games that just watching it, I'm not going to be satisfied. I actually have to play it.
Oh yeah, but that's how I treat most games. If I don't want to play it, then I have no interest. I don't do one of those like watch let's plays.
I might have to pick up the demo just to feel to see how Spider-Man feels.
I want to go do the web swinging around New York because that looked great. Remember Spider-Man 2? How great that web slipping was. That was.
That was amazing.
That was the only redeemable part of that game. It was.
I don't think anybody actually played the story mode.
I did, and it was okay, but the web swinging was great. I liked it. I really did. And this looks satisfying. It looks like a satisfying web slinging experience. Now, I'm sure this is like a legitimately good game. And I believe we're getting it sometime later this year, but I'm super looking forward to this. I'm putting forward before looking. I am really looking forward into this.
Yeah, no, I will definitely look more into it when it comes out. Alright, anything more on that one before we move on?
Nope.
There's a couple sports, there's an NBA, NFL, blah, 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 nobody cares about those. Let's save that one for a little bit later. There's gonna be a new Last of Us.
Yeah, I
want to support this game just to piss off people to support a game just because two girls kissing made people angry.
Yeah, part of me wants to do it just because I own the first one, but I've never beaten it because I just didn't care. I'm done with zombie games. I get it; they're not technically zombies; they're clickers. But
this doesn't look much zombie. I didn't see there wasn't a lot of zombies in this trailer.
No, there wasn't. It was all like sneaky hunt games. It was like kind of playing a less refined version of Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
So I got that, but I was thinking, I didn't care about the first one. I don't think I'll care about the second one, and just because it doesn't seem very interesting to me, I'm not part of that group.
That's understandable.
I mean, I'm with you about pissing people off about the two women kissing. I'm totally in support of that, but I don't care enough about this game to actually want to play it.
I gotcha.
Do you have anything you want to say about that? Since I did cut you off, sorry.
No. It's just I honestly haven't played the first one, but it looked interesting. I mean, I'll have to pick up the first one, play through it, and then give this one a try.
All right. Well, the next one then, and I don't know how I feel about this. It's Jump Force.
Oh yeah, turns out sad news on that one. You can't actually play as Light.
Yeah, I don't care. Light can rot in hell. However,
well, people are like, "How are you going to play as Light?" No, Light's just part of the story.
It makes it Light's not a fighter.
I know. That's why I wanted Light to actually be in the game because he's not a fighter at all.
Yeah, it'd be a one-sided fight. It really would be.
Oh no! You have 3 seconds to write their name of the fucker you die. That's how the game goes. Like the moment you get hit, you die, but you have like a couple seconds to try to write their name real fast, and you actually have to write their name. It uses it uses a stylus and stuff.
I will say this: we need to stop acting like they're between all the major shonen heroes. We need to stop acting like there's a fair fight between Goku, Luffy, and Naruto. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Naruto and I like One Piece to a point, but Goku could just wreck their shit.
Yep. You know what I want to see in these games? Well, they were in the Jump games because this looks like this weird next gen sequel to the Shonen Jump battle games because those have been around for a while.
Right.
the Shonen Jump All-Star games.
Right.
The last one that came out only had 2 JoJo characters, and neither of them was Dio. If there's Dio in this game, I will buy it.
You gonna buy it?
If there is Dio, Dio needs to be... Dio and one of the Joestars needs to be in it.
See, if they include some Bleach, I'm gonna play Chad if that's available. Chad was a badass. Sorry, no, he doesn't keep up with the rest of them. He was awesome in his own right.
He was punching them before he learned how to see them.
Damn straight. You know how much guts that takes? I can't even see them just fucking fight. That takes some bravery. If something was attacking me I couldn't see, I'd be fucking running in the opposite direction. Screw this shit.
Half Mexican, half Japanese guy.
The size of a, like, giant... Jesus. I don't know. I don't feel like this really need to be a thing because as many games in their own franchises are not very good.
He was only 6'5".
See, now, that's taller than your average human. Just in general.
It is. It's taller than your average Mexican and Japanese person.
Yeah, it's taller than the average of those two combinations. That's taller than your average human. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this, honestly. Other than Goku would wreck their shit. I don't know why people try to act like it's a fair fight. It really isn't.
Nah, I just want Dio in there.
You know what? Screw it. I want you Hakusho this shit. If we're gonna bring in Shonen, let's bring in some of the old Shonen too.
Oh, well, you gotta have another old one. Also, I do believe that you could hit a... Oh, shit. The Bleach guys would be able to see it. Different parts of... I'm trying to figure out who would be able to see and interact with a stand. I think Yu Yu Hakusho stuff could interact with stands, as well as Bleach stuff.
I mean, technically Naruto could.
He has to be in one of, like... Oh, I guess he could detect the chi, and then I guess maybe, like, Sage Mode Naruto.
Well, that or anybody... Like, if they got Sasuke, they can see chakra, so that's just the...
No, he can kind of see it. Maybe the Byakugan guys can totally see it.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see how things work out. Did you... What is the thing you want to go over next?
Trying to leave my good ones for, Oh, shit, I totally forgot about that. Negative Man is in Spider-Man.
Negative Man?
Negative Man, he's that guy. You watched the trailer, right?
Yeah.
He was that Japanese guy with the colors inverted. Random obscure Spider-Man villain for the win.
Nice. As opposed to using Electro, which they're totally showing the Sinister Six in that trailer, I forgot to mention.
Well, Electro was in there. He was like the first one. He was the guy releasing everybody.
Oh, I know. I was saying is later in the trailer they showed like 5 of the Sinister Six.
Oh, yeah, and one of them happens to be Negative Man, who's usually not in the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, sorry. So I will go... Let's fuck it. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes. I've said my piece. I look forward to this game. It looks awesome.
It looks pretty cool. I want to see more because whenever these games come out like this, where they're like, there's so much you can do, I'm worried they're gonna jump the gun, try to do too much, and fail spectacularly.
Yeah. Well, it's like I liked Fallout 4. The engine on it was great, but they were trying so much to include so much to it. The main storyline was severely lacking. I still like the game as
well. Don't you know that the game was filled in with you have to save this village.
Yeah, that annoyed the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Go save this. Why? I gave them like walls and guns, and I gave fucking machine gun turrets. Why do I need to be there? They got ransacked. How?
No, and like literally, there's one time where I showed up, and they finished it off like the moment I showed up.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything.
That's annoying. That would get me not... That's why it's got to the point where it's like, as long as you're revenue producing, that's all I care about. I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping they just don't try and overdo it. Like,
yeah,
too many options and a shitty storyline. I'd rather have a good storyline and less options, if I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
Let's see.
I agree. So your turn now.
Okay. I'm looking for a very specific one just because I really liked it. Oh, not the one I was gonna go with, but this works well. A new game, new Doom game, Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah, the new Doom game, the sequel to the new Doom.
Yep.
The new
And
Dooms aren't bad.
I have not played the first one, though I've heard good things. I've heard a lot of it feels like the very first one just updated.
That's pretty much what it is. It's kind of that unlike Doom 3, which I'm all dark and stuff. It goes back to the let's just be kind of wacky. We know this is over the top.
I'm okay with this. I really like this. I like this idea of Doom coming back. Even if I didn't play the new one, I've honestly been meaning to. So I'm looking forward to this coming out, and that way there's no lull between games for me.
Yeah. I'll play it.
Yeah, same here. That's
Keeping in that similar thing, I will do mine next. Quake is being free to play.
Quake Champions, I've already downloaded it. It's currently unavailable because you have to get it in the initial run, which ended on the 18th of June. So I think you can download it now, but it's not open again. It's not open yet. But if you downloaded it during that time frame between E3 to the 18th, you got it for free whenever the game was launched.
Yeah,
and I already.
But yeah, I like Quake. Quake is great.
Yep, and I've already played a few matches, and I realized how I'm okay at these types of games, but better than Halo. So there you go.
Haha.
Let's go ahead. You want to go ahead and move to the next one?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll make that one part of Doom, so I'll do another one.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Now, are we just bringing in the mythological creatures now? Because I know that they had brought in some for Odyssey, but not Odyssey, Origins, but...
Origins. I thought Origins was supposed to be the first one. How is this one taking place before Origins?
Yeah. I mean... Hey guys, how about we two things. If we're gonna make any more Assassin's Creed games, let's make it a little bit more modern. I just want to say this. Let's make it a little bit more modern. How about during the 1800s? That would be interesting. That's not super modern.
Russian Revolution?
Russian Revolution.
Well, there was that character. There was an assassin in the Russian Revolution who was in a comic book, and he was mentioned in the first two.
Yeah.
Two Assassin's Creed. I would love to play as that dude.
Or, in Arizona, they could do the one for the founding of the
Apache?
West. Yeah, they can revisit the Native American assassins.
And again, people freak out over the smallest things, and people are complaining that the characters in here are gay. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute.
They do realize that it was okay in Greek society, right?
It was expected because feminine looks was not... They didn't like femininity?
Yeah.
But also, there was somebody who posted a thing on Christianity was in ancient Greece were Christian.
No.
That didn't hit Greece until 33 ACE.
This is dumb. For the people who thought they were Christian, I want you to realize they weren't Christian. Technically, they were... I guess the religion is Olympian. I guess the term would be here.
Hellenistic pagan. It's in Hellenistic paganism.
Yeah, they didn't. Christianity was not a thing for them. Get over your shit.
Yeah.
Look, I'm several games behind in the Assassin's Creed series. I do think this is a weird point to go, though. Ancient Greece.
It is.
Well, how about some all right, hear me out here. Alternative ideas. I did mention the Arizona one. We could do that. Or, how about Central America? Some Aztec assassins. That'd be pretty bitchin'.
Ooh.
Mesopotamia. I mean, if we're going to go back far, why not go to the cradle of the earth? Go to Mesopotamia. China.
I can go for Mesopotamia.
How about, a legit...
There was a China one, but it wasn't legit.
Yeah, what I was saying is like we get legitimate China or Japan or Korea, maybe Vietnam. There's plenty of places we could go to. I don't know why they focus specifically on Europe and Israel. I don't fucking get it. They go many
I
places.
Other
Antarctica.
parts of Africa.
Yeah. What
Africa's
about
not just Egypt.
Australia? They can go to. I could see
Oh.
that being a game.
Ooh, like a 1940s one?
Yeah. Like a 1940s Australia game. Fuck people. We could step away from Europe. It doesn't. I mean, I get it that the company, Ubisoft, is based out of France, and then there's the one who generally headlines Assassin's Creed is Ubisoft Montreal.
I want to say they're in Quebec.
It's the one that handles Assassin's Creed is primarily the Montreal branch.
Yeah.
I think they switch off once in a while with the others, but that's the main group. But I get that it's a very Eurocentric company. Move the fuck away from Europe. There's plenty of places to go to. Or at least go to places we haven't got. Scandinavia. Let's go somewhere in Scandinavia.
Ooh.
Assassin's Creed Denmark.
I can go for that.
Or World War II. You have a lot of places to go to. World War II would be a great time to hold a game because of all the conflict. You have a lot of story you can tell there. But fuck.
Right?
Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm getting really bored of the Assassin's Creed games because they're just
Let's
keep doing
move
the same
on
shit.
to one of your choices.
I'm probably going to script this name, but Ghosts of Tsushima.
Ghost of, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I really like this. It looks like it's a fun game.
Was it the one that was described as, yeah, Tsushima? It was, it's Samurai Witcher.
Yeah. It looked fun. I'm not up my Japanese history, so I don't know that I'm not aware of Mongols ever attacking Japan, but it looked like a fun game. I also really like the color palette of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm art boying here. I guess I'm the art boy. It looks pretty.
It looks pretty. It looks like a version of It does look like Samurai Witcher, and I like The Witcher.
Yeah.
Witcher was good. Like, it's not great, it's not perfect, but it's still a fun game with a lot to do.
Yeah. And this looked like just from the trailer, right now it was just wasn't really gameplay really. It was more of just like a teaser trailer with some gameplay elements, whatever. It looked like a good game, and I'm looking forward to this coming out. Like, I didn't know I wanted to see this until they announced it.
And keeping on that sort of thing with that, I want to add in Sekiro Shadows. Sekiro Shadows Die. Basically, it's Samurai Dark Souls.
Yeah, can we stop making those types of games, or is that just... am I the minority there?
You're the minority, because those games are actually really fun. I like hard games, and those are some of the few hard games that are hard because they are actually hard and not because they cheat.
I don't know. Look, I get that I'm in the minority, simply because my idea is I don't want to throw my controller against the wall because of the game, and all those games feels like you're fighting with somebody on your back holding you back.
See, that's why you actually have to learn. Once you learn how to play them, and once you learn, like, basically, once you learn the basics, and you start learning some of the stuff, it becomes a lot easier. I hated them the first time I played them, and then once I finally got used to playing them, I'm like, oh, these games are actually really well tuned.
I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, I don't want to play a game where I want to throw my mouse or controller or keyboard or whatever.
See, I never get that. I never get that frustrated on these games. There's other games where I get frustrated, where I want to smash my controller, and I'm just angry because the game is cheating, because I get different results for doing the same thing. And it's like, well, I did the same thing earlier. Why isn't it working? I never get that with the Dark Souls games. I get, like, the Dark Souls games, whenever I die, it's like, oh, that was legitimately my fault. Or, oh, I don't have the timing quite down yet.
I don't know. I always felt like if I had to play any game when I feel like somebody is literally holding me back, I don't want to play that game. And every time I played Dark Souls or one of those games like it, like Bloodborne or Neo...
Bloodborne's great.
I fucking hated Bloodborne. Because it's like...
Really?
Attack, 3-second delay. Attack, 3-second delay. Why are you so slow? Fucking
Because
hate
that's
it.
how the game works. You got to work the timing.
That's
You
not.
can actually, if you don't do the proper timing, you attack a lot slower. You actually have to time your blows. Or if once you start timing your blows, you start attacking much quicker because there's less of a delay. But if you try to hammer it, you won't attack as fast.
That is very frustrating, my
It's
friend.
almost like a fighting game.
That's a very frustrating concept to me. Of course, I was just like, if I hit the button to attack, just fucking attack. It's anyway, I can get on the whole thing about this. I'll leave it alone.
Go on.
No,
No, I mean go on to the next one.
Oh, um, Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. I didn't think there was a market for this series again, but
Omae wa de shindaru.
yes, Hawaii Mao Shindaru.
Nani?
You're already. What? Like, don't get me wrong. I want to see this series cut back. I refer to loving as Mad Max martial arts because that's basically what it is. But who is like, this needs to return? You know what we need to bring back? Fucking Fist of the North Star.
Because there are kids who don't know where that meme comes from.
This is a fair, true point. But still, it seems like a weird thing to bring back. It's like if I brought back Gigantor from the 60s. That
I would totally play a Gigantor game.
I know you would. It's a giant mech. But for the rest of the world...
Well, I am the rest of the world.
What the hell is this shit?
Exactly. Yeah. I guess let's move on before you go too crazy. Devil May Cry 5.
Now,
I don't like the new engine. I do not like Capcom's new engine. They look weird. It's the same engine they used for the same facial engine they used for Resident Evil
5,
7
7. Okay.
or Resident Evil Biohazard.
Right.
And he doesn't look, he looks weird. Everyone looks weird.
Yeah. Admittedly, I wasn't...
Mind you, I've never actually played any of the Devil May Cry games because I'm garbage at them.
Same. I always wondered if the reason why Devil May Cry picked up is because it's the same gung fu fun that was around the same time as The Matrix. They came out around the same time. So I have a feeling that's why the popular went up, but
then they went wacky, because I've watched my friends play them, and they are super wacky.
Yep. I'm not part of the fandom on this one. I'm not part of the Devil May Cry group for this.
I'm excited that it's coming out and people are getting it. Plus the song at the end of the
Trailer.
The trailer was kind of catchy.
I really feel like people, because I knew people who are fans of the series and then lost their shit when
I
DMC
did too.
came out. When DMC
Well,
came out,
I had somebody explain to me why DMC was bad.
I think they said go ahead.
Keep going.
No, go ahead.
Basically, from what I heard was, it basically took the stuff that they thought. Basically, it was like a reboot that felt unneeded and didn't it lost the feeling of the game.
I always figured because the main character was too mouthy in the original series, he almost never talked. People like
no, he super talked in the original series.
Really?
Yeah, he super talked. He talked all the time.
I don't want to give away people. Okay, I'm not part of the fandom, so I don't know why people are bitching about it, obviously. But
well, one, he's not blonde anymore, and it was basically like it just didn't feel like the game is the whole thing.
I have no stake in this one. I'm sure I'm going to get told by my friends why the new one sucks, but at the meantime, I have no stake in this. My stake is established when people complain to me about a game I don't care about. Then be like, oh, did you hear about the new Devil May Cry? And be like, oh, can I tell you how much I don't care about Devil May Cry? Can I show you one of those charts where they got two circles? When they got, over here is Devil May Cry, over here is why I don't care. See how they don't interlap? That kind of sort of thing.
Yeah, I probably won't pick it up because I haven't actually. I honestly haven't. I have some of them. I just never stopped to play them.
I've said my piece. I don't give a shit.
All right, I guess it's your turn to pick another game.
Let's see. Why the hell not? Because I mentioned this, kind of Rage 2.
Oh yeah, the next Rage game.
Now,
Could you tell me what the Rage games are about?
so in a world where asteroids fell on the Earth, you are a sole survivor who was lifted into space. That was the concept of the first one, anyway. Basically, it's because people are stealing this idea all the time nowadays. Imagine Mad Max, but the end of the world was caused by meteorites as opposed to a lack of resources. In the first game, you were a guy that was lifted up into space, and then were brought back down to the ground, and you find out the world's gone to shit. That was more or less the first Rage game. This one, it looks like you're already an established person, so I don't think it's a direct sequel, just a sequel.
Okay.
Well, it was interesting because it was the first time that you had, at least in the era of the first game, the first time you had decent first-person shooter mechanics mixed with decent driving mechanics. Because you get games like Borderlands or Halo with really shitty driving. In this, the driving controls for the vehicle were actually pretty good. So I would say it was...
Gotcha.
It was also made by id Software, which is now owned by Bethesda. So...
Yeah.
I mean, I had no real complaints other than I got to the point where I stopped caring and just stopped playing. It wasn't really my jam. But maybe it's just me. I also took me a while to get into Borderlands, so maybe
I like Borderlands. Those games are fun. See, the thing I like about Borderlands is it's one of the few couch co-op games left.
Yeah.
Where you can actually play with your buddy on the same console. And that's when they're super fun, is when you're playing with a friend and actually in the same room.
Yeah, I still miss those days. It took me a while to get into it, and then it took me a while to get back into it because I played that game so fucking much. I played many, many, many hours of the first game. But yeah, so the new one, it looks like it's going to be, I guess, not like a direct sequel, but just a sequel that takes place in the same universe, same world.
Okay.
And you're going to get, like, abilities, so that's pretty cool. I actually tweeted to Bethesda saying, how do I get the Shatter ability? Like, can I buy that in stores? Because it looked awesome. I'm joking, obviously. But it looked pretty cool. So far, it kind of made me almost want to revisit the original Rage just so I can experience it again.
Right.
Alright. What's the next one?
Blur. Not that one. Not that one. Oh shit, I forgot to mention, for some reason, Dante has a robot arm in the new DMC.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to explain that.
Yeah, because I don't remember him losing his arm in DMC 4.
I am with you. I obviously didn't play the game, as you could probably tell.
I had friends who played a ton of it, so I watched them play through it, and I don't remember that happening. So, yeah. There's a new Battletoads.
Oh, yeah, Battletoads. That's
with couch co-op.
Yeah. Why is this making a resurgence suddenly? I think that's weird.
Well, one, you remember how the Ninja Turtles were in the new Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Guess who beat them by a couple months?
The
Battletoads and Killer Instinct.
What?
The Battletoads are in Killer Instinct. The new Killer Instinct?
Okay.
The Battletoads were a selectable character, as was the Arbiter and the bad guy from Gears of War.
They're just throwing everything in there nowadays, aren't they?
To the next one.
Okay, Anthem. Next game talk about is Anthem, I guess. I mean,
and my thing stays the same. It looks like Destiny, and I'm not a big Destiny fan.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I'm not looking forward to this, if I can be honest. I mean, I was the first game, but now I'm just going, oh, okay. No, No more reveals, nothing. Just more Anthem. No explanations. Just okay. Get me hyped about this, people.
Yeah, I have zero hype. Do you want to talk about a couple quick ones before I get into some more? Because I got like a couple of them that I can just do real quick.
Okay.
Bethesda is giving us a new Wolfenstein sequel.
Youngblood.
Where you play as Blazkowicz's daughters. Not much is seen there. It's just cinematic announcement trailer.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite, where it looks like a tech demo, to be honest.
Halo Infinite, a game in which that series probably should have died about 2 games ago.
It seriously looks like a tech demo. It doesn't look like an actual game.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, and then other Xbox games, there's 2 new Gears of War games. Gears 5 and Gears Tactics, which is going to be a prequel.
I cannot express how much I don't care about either of these series.
Blah blah blah. There's a new Forza game coming out. The Forza games are legit racing games. Too bad I don't really play racing games because these are basically like the Gran Turismos for Xbox.
Car porn.
I want to say the last one introduced fucking hydroplaning.
Yeah.
Which, like, who wants hydroplaning in the racing game? People who want realistic racing games. People who spend $1,000 on setup so they can actually have a steering wheel and stuff.
Yeah. These games are car porn. That's all they are. They're straight up fucking car porn. I have friends.
I'm just trying...
My car friends love this series.
Oh, yeah, no, same here. I know a number of people who love, like, Gran Turismo and Forza and all these games.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not part of that crowd, but I was like, oh yeah, look at that cool car. Now what?
I think it's cool. I enjoy them. I am garbage at them. I'm not good at racing games.
All I can think about is, so where do the Gatling guns come out?
It never feels right, because when you're actually driving, you have to kind of feel the road.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why I don't get into racing games. You don't feel it. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like actually driving. It feels like a video game, and it's like, well, that ruins the literal point of the game, the lack of immersion.
So let's move on to a couple other quick ones. There's a new Dragon Quest game.
Yay.
A Final Fantasy XIV is having a Monster Hunter World crossover. It's a Square Capcom crossover. That's cool.
Yeah, I guess some friends are probably going to be excited about that.
Neo 2.
I didn't play the first one.
I heard good things about it. I haven't either. But I heard good things about it.
Yeah, all I've heard is basically it's like less free-roamy Japanese Dark Souls.
The Crew 2, which is basically The Crew is basically like
it's a racing
knockoff.
Game.
Well, it's like a racing game mixed with Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, they actually put more information about it. You're on a ship, and there's some crazy stuff to it. But again, it looks from listening to the people talking, they might be overdoing it, and it might be one of those games that'll never come out.
Probably, considering we've waited almost 15 years since they last announced. Well, not last year they announced it, but like 15 years prior since their announcement before last. So.
All right. Do you want to do a couple quick ones? Before we get into our big ones?
No, I think we've pretty much covered all the ones I had brought up.
All right, so a couple big ones just to get into. Battlefield 5.
Yep. I can't really say much. I am more interested about Battlefield the movie now than I am about Battlefield the game because it looked...
There's going to be a movie?
No, but it looked really good. Like they could make a movie out of it. That's all
okay.
I'm saying.
Metro Exodus, which looks like they're trying to link the Metro and Stalker games.
Ew.
Well, they're made from the same company.
Yeah. So.
We got a announcement trailer for Elder Scrolls 6, but that's it.
Yes. I'm just glad to know that they're still working on it. That's literally it. We're not going to get, like, Skyrim on the toaster or anything like that.
Other Bethesda one is Fallout 76. I'm disappointed that they didn't use the John Denver version of that song, and I don't want this way. I don't want it this way. I don't want an always online version.
I agree with that.
Stop with the battle royales!
Well, I mean, this is not a battle royale. It's a softcore survival. Battle royale is not soft.
Oh, fine.
But I'm actually
But
okay
still.
with this, and I'm already building up my 76 crew. I'm already talking to people. It's gonna be for the PC.
I probably won't. I'll get it because I have to support the Fallout franchise, but I don't like what Bethesda's doing with my favorite game franchise.
I'm okay with it so far. I haven't played 76, so I have no preference. But to be fair, I'm not a purist. I started at 3. So,
Can we give it back to Obsidian?
Obsidian doesn't deserve it at this point. They make
Well,
buggy
actually,
as shit games.
Obsidian is working on Pillars of Eternity 2, and that game's amazing.
Take your word for it. I've been really disappointed with Obsidian lately. Their games are buggy as shit.
Well, it's because they're not really great at making games. They're good at building stories.
Yeah, true.
That's their whole thing. Is they're like, no, we're not game makers. We're storytellers. Why do you guys expect us to make non-buggy games? We only have this game company because nobody will listen to our ideas, and it's the only way we can make it work.
Okay, first I agree with you about the John Denver version. It does kind of suck. However, this game does look pretty good so far. I'm already considering pre-ordering it because of the cool shit you get. And I'm building up my 76 team. Literally, as soon as it announced, me and my friends were already building up teams. Like, oh, we're going to start playing all for the PC.
Though, yeah, I guess I'll look into it. I might, if there's anything cool, I'll pre-order it.
I like the
But
idea.
like, if
Go ahead.
no, what were you gonna say?
No, my apologies. My fault.
No, I want to know what you're gonna say.
I like the idea of building a settlement anywhere. That was one of the things I hate about Fallout 4.
Oh, I didn't want the settlements. No more settlements. Stop giving me settlements.
The settlement stuff I'm okay with.
Or let me focus on one settlement.
Well, technically you can, as long as you don't do the in Fallout 4 you could, as long as you didn't do the Minuteman shit. Because you could just like I can worry about Sanctuary, and that's all I need to worry about if I wanted to.
I was just gonna move on.
Okay.
Unless you had something else to say.
No, I'm good.
Okay. There is that Starfield game that Bethesda's coming out with that I'd be excited for. Basically, it's space Fallout Scrolls.
I'm okay with this. No, really, I am.
That's the one I'm looking forward from them.
Starfield, I'm also pretty much anything that Bethesda's doing. Bethesda had the best conference. Bethesda had the biggest announcements. Like, if you had to choose which conference had... Nintendo sucked. I mean, not as bad as Sony, though. Sony's was so boring.
Hold on a second. I've got 2 of them. I'm going to get 3... By 4 big ones will be coming up here in a second.
Go ahead.
Well, I want to finish your thing on a Star Thingy.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that it looks awesome. That's all I was going to say.
So I got one more... who was doing that? I don't remember who was doing that one, but there was a space game... Oh, Genesis Alpha 1, Morningstar 3D, Post-Apocalypse Stardew, Destiny 2 patch, RE2 remake, which looks really good.
I'm not part of the Resident Evil group.
RE2 is my favorite, and it looks like it's going to be playing like RE4, so it basically takes my 2 favorites and combines them.
That super will get me to not play it. I hated RE4. You can't
Really?
shoot. You have to stop and shoot. Stop and shoot. How? Yeah, that makes fucking sense. Stop and shoot. There are people coming out with you weapons, but you're gonna stop what you're doing and shoot. Fuck that game. Sorry.
It's alright. Oh, there it is. Starlink. Which, the Switch version, it looks like a Star Fox clone. It's literally a Star Fox clone. And it's a Star Fox clone to the point of the Switch version has the Star Fox guys as unlockable characters.
Nice.
I do like the detail in the R-Wings that they added. Those are really cool looking R-Wings.
Right.
Alright, so shall we get to my top 4?
Go ahead. Fallout 76 is part of my top, so...
so Secret City, I'm trying to go through some other ones real quick, trying to hold them out. Skull and Bones, just boat fighting. Dying Light 2. It looks like it has like a Mirror's Edge vibe to it with the whole
first-person parkour.
First-person parkour, but it also looks like they're trying to do the gameplay that the new Detroit game has, where like everything has you can basically screw yourself over and end the game super fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea to do it that way. It just gets frustrating if they keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the first one is Maneater. It's a game where you play as a shark and you eat people.
Oh, yeah. We had that back in, like, 2006. It was Jaws the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Second one, another one on my top. There's an open-world Lovecraft game called The Sinking City. And that one looks pretty legit.
Cool.
I like my open-world Lovecraft. I like my Lovecraft and I like my open-world. My top...
If I
Keep going.
There was one I did forget to mention that I knew you would like. Because we also got an additional trailer for Call of Cthulhu, the game.
Yes. This one looks like... I looked at the Call of Cthulhu trailer, and it was kind of like, okay, this game's cool. Sunken City looks better.
Fair enough.
It legit looks like a more solid game.
Right.
But I would support both of them, but if I had to choose between one or the other, I would probably go Sunken City.
Okay. Alright.
New Hitman 2, not to be confused with the old Hitman 2.
Wait, what?
Alright. There's a new Hitman 2, named Hitman 2. But it's not the old Hitman 2.
So what you're saying it's not literally Hitman 2. Like it's not a remake.
Hitman?
It's not a remake of Hitman 2.
Yeah, it's Hitman 2 though. Which Halloween are you gonna go watch? The old Halloween, the newer Halloween, or the newest Halloween?
You need to English.
There's 3 Halloween movies.
I know, damn it.
All right, I'm down to my top 3 from E3. I want you to guess.
That's a good one. I feel like Pokemon's on that list, but I'm probably wrong.
Pokemon wasn't on E3.
Oh yeah. No, Nintendo did announce some more stuff with their Pokemon game. The one that's coming out.
But the main announcement was with the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna a couple shots in the dark here.
Just choose one, and I'll tell you if it's wrong or not.
Adventures of Monkey Island.
No, it's actually Smash 4.5.
Oh yeah, the new Ultimate Smash Brothers. They have every
Ultimate Smash Brothers with every character, including Snake. I can have a 4v. I can have the 4v game with no Nintendo characters.
Yeah, I guess you could do Cloud. You could do Snake.
Oh shit! I forgot about Cloud.
Cloud would have been a PlayStation character. They just got.
Wait! I can do a 6 versus Cloud, Ryu.
Right. No, hold on now. I mean, they've gone cross-platform.
Nintendo-owned characters.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go on then.
Cloud, Ryu,
Snake,
Mega Man, Snake, Sonic, Pac-Man.
I feel like we're missing the opportunity for... there's like one other character that they could be using that they're not... Oh, Sonic.
Well, technically...
Sonic's on that list.
I said Sonic. He was part of my 6.
Okay, I didn't hear you for some reason.
Also, technically, you have 2 different Snakes on Snake's costumes. One of his costume is Solid Snake, and a couple of the other ones are Big Boss.
Gotcha.
And... yeah, no, you can do a 6 versus where not a single character has a Nintendo-owned product. Oh, wait! Does Nintendo own Bayonetta? I know they have an exclusive with Platinum Games, but do they actually own her?
I don't think so.
There's 7.
I mean, was Ice Climbers actually theirs? Do you remember if Ice Climbers?
Yeah, Nintendo Ice Climbers is owned by them. Also, I want to do an 8 versus Ice Climbers match. So there's 16 characters. That's why Ice Climbers wasn't in Smash 4. is because it would have taken too much resources to try to put 16 ice climbers on the screen at once.
That would have been crazy.
But on the other things on there, I like that Daisy's an actual like character.
Yeah, she's an Omega character. I think that's what they're calling them.
Like something like that. Basically, they're clones.
Or
things like Dark Pit is going to be one.
Yeah, I think Dark Link was one as well.
Yeah, but actual Daisy, she doesn't just sound like Peach anymore. She sounds like Daisy, and her moves are slightly modified.
Right.
I like the. Trying to think of other ones, but it looks great. I can have Link versus Kid Link versus Toon Link versus Dark Link.
Yeah, there you go. Because that needs to be a thing that everyone can play all in one match. That's exactly what we need.
Girl Pokemon trainer, and finally, Ridley.
Ridley, yes, the one character that is literally the weirdest out of that entire series to me. For whatever reason, that is the weirdest of them all to have on that list.
I think the only thing I didn't care for it was I don't like the changes to the final smashes. They got rid of the transformation final smashes. They're all like one-hit ones, like Captain Falcon's.
Yeah. Falcon Punch.
But, alright, so I've got my two other big ones left. I want you to try to guess again.
Death Stranding.
Yes! How did you know?
Fucking nailed it.
It's Kojima Unleashed.
Yeah. All I can think is when I was watching this is like, wow, I have more questions now than I did when the first trailer came out.
This is basically Kojima without being told no. Do whatever the fuck you want, and I have so many questions.
I have more questions now than I did in the first announcement trailer. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Kojima, I love it. I'm ready. God damn it! What, this game needs to come out. That was actually like my winner for E3. Was
nice.
Death Stranding.
All I was sitting there watching is I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
That sounds appropriate.
There's Norman Reedus. That's all I recognized. So I was like, maybe there's some hint of Guillermo del Toro if you look around a bit, but that's pretty much it.
My theory is the baby he's carrying is himself.
What the shit?
Well, I think it's a clone because the rain and water in that world causes you to age super fast.
So are we going to talk about how in early video games this should be the equivalent to having a man or an extra life?
Yes, that's my theory. I could be completely off, but that is my current theory.
So hold on. In your choice here, what you're saying is that in the original Super Nintendo or Nintendo, what Mario was actually doing was carrying around a baby version of himself, and just kind of
inside the mushrooms.
And he's just chucking the babies right before he dies. That's why he flings out his arms. This is a whole new weird level of fan theory, my friend.
Kojima's weird.
This is a fair point.
And this is Kojima basically not having Konami to tell him what to do anymore.
Can I do this?
Have you seen it? Have you seen any interviews with Kojima? The dude is legit, weird.
No, I get
and he loves
weird,
America. And he loves America.
Well, yeah.
Not like America, I love America. No, he loves, Americana.
Well, yeah, I figured. Literally, all of his games, rephrase that. All the Metal Gear games are American characters, so...
And I don't know about you, but I absolutely love, Japanese people's interpretations of America.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like to make fun of the bad spelling of t-shirts that make no sense, Super fun, yeah.
That's why I love JoJo. JoJo is also that. JoJo is also a bunch of the guys super into America. Italy.
Well, I got that. I love his stuff. It takes place in Italy in the original first part, doesn't it?
No, part 5 takes place it takes place partially in Italy during the first part when he's training.
Yeah.
Same thing with the second part he's training. Part 5 takes place entirely in Italy.
Oh, okay then.
With Giorno Giovanna.
Now, to guess your next one,
I want you can make 2 guesses. I will tell you my feelings on them if they're not.
Okay. Spyro.
Oh yeah.
We're getting a Spyro HD remake.
I forgot about that one because I already knew about that one.
I don't want it to fucking exist because I'm not part of the nostalgia crowd. And think maybe we should put our money into, newer games.
It's like the Crash remakes. It's like the Crash remake.
I said the same thing for the Crash remakes. I'm not part of the nostalgia crowd.
I am a sucker for nostalgia.
If I had to guess the other one, Barbie's Dreamhouse Adventure.
Nope, it's one that you'll never guess.
Is it Nintendo?
No.
Is it PC exclusive?
No.
Is it a console game?
Yes?
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 How do you... No, you're just making that more confusing. How do you... Yes?
I mean, it's for like all the consoles basically, I believe.
Okay. Is it dark and gritty?
No! I've already given you a hint on my feeling about Japan with America stuff.
I am probably fucking missing this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's something...
Oh, and it's a remake.
Oh, I'm gonna hate myself and hate this, aren't I? Go ahead.
Metal Wolf Chaos!
Yep, there it is. Yep. We need a remake of that is what we did.
No, this isn't a fucking remake. This is a game that is the most American game ever, and this is the first time it's actually getting officially released in the United States.
Now, how American is this?
Oh, it is so American. Give me a second.
Is this like what Japanese people think Americans are like American? Is this like loud and boisterous? I mean, that's not wrong. There are a lot of loud and boisterous Americans, but still, is it like loud and boisterous and...
Alright. Here, let me give the plot. It came out for the original Xbox. It was a Japan-only game. You gotta remember, Japan didn't do very well. Original Xbox didn't do very well in Japan.
Right.
And this was the Japan-only game.
Okay.
Alright, let me give the plot. By the end of the first quarter of the 21st century, America has plunged into a state of civil and economic unrest. The military launches a coup d'etat led by Vice President Richard Hawke, and succeeds in gaining control of the nation's government's institutions. During this time, Michael Wilson, a fictional relative of Woodrow Wilson, is serving as the 47th President of the United States. Wilson realizes he is the country's last hope for freedom, so he dons a special mech developed in secret by the military to fight Hawke and the rebel forces. When he flies aboard Air Force One to the west coast of the United States and begins to liberate cities and outposts, traveling from west to east across the country, Wilson eventually encounters Hawke in Las Vegas, but Hawke escapes in a rocket and goes to a space station. Wilson and Hawke battle in space, and Wilson ultimately defeats Hawke and saves the United States of America from nuclear destruction. You're playing as the President of the United States while driving a mech and fighting your former best friend, Vice President.
Well, see, here's the thing. Now, that's definitely funny. Don't get me wrong.
It's amazing!
That's definitely funny. But there is a game, and I need to find it for you, because it's, like, weird as shit. At least the premise is. Let's see if I can pull it up here. It's really popular right now. With somewhat similar presence. Come on, Steam. Don't fail me now.
But yeah, it's basically... I've described it, and I've seen video of it. And if you can, look up the, intro videos for this game. It's basically the most American game to never come out in America. You know, like those pizzas that they sell in Saudi Arabia with the
hot dogs?
Cheeseburger crust.
Oh, that too? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like something that's so American it's not in America. Because only an outside view could do it that well.
I've often wondered why, things that sound like they would be American, but are not American. You know what I'm talking about?
Because it's like a parody of America. Like, you know how we, parody, Britain and Japan and Australia with all of its dangers. Basically, think of us with Australia, the Australian Simpsons episode.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. It's an outsider's parody of it, and that's what this is. It's an outsider's view of the craziness of America, because of course the president has a mech.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. You would own a mech if you were.
If I was the president, yeah,
Yeah.
I would. Why is he spending billions of dollars on a wall nobody wants? I would gladly support him if he had a mech.
I have made the country's first mech. All hail the new president.
Oh, he's got my vote. So what was that one that you were trying to...
Ni no Kuni 2
Oh.
Rabbit Kingdom. You play the president whose country gets attacked, is blown up by a bomb, somehow...
Oh my god! Hold on a second. The people who made Metal Wolf Chaos
Mhm.
are fucking from Software. They did Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
Wow.
Oh, hey, the Armored Core games, too. That's cool. The newest Armored Core game has a secret unlockable character who's just totally Char from Gundam.
Right.
Like, he has a red mech that goes 3 times faster, and he's voiced by the same voice actor of Char.
Nice.
But it's from Software. Nino Kuni games, I've been meaning to check those ones out, actually.
Well, see, you play as the President of the United States, whose capital gets attacked by nuclear bombs, which somehow regresses your age and sends you to an alternate reality.
Alright.
Yeah. Fucking makes sense of that, huh?
Hey, do you remember the time where a guy fought the president in 2007 and again, like, 2015?
What? No, what are you talking
The final boss in Metal Gear Solid 2
about? Oh.
was the president of the United States, and that took place in 2007, or 2009. And then Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance
Ugh.
took place in 2015, and he also fought the president as the final boss.
That was the president? I thought that was a senator.
No, it was the president. He got elected as a president.
Oh. Okay, I do remember that game. It was batshit crazy.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Kojima.
No, that's the thing though. Like Rising Revengeance, the word that doesn't exist, that wasn't a Kojima. That was Kojima before he left, but before he was kicked out.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't. He was just overlooking it. He was
Yeah.
letting another company kind of work on it. But it took the craziness of Kojima and mixed it with the craziness of Platinum.
Damn straight, it was crazy. Fucking the president getting all like pumped up and literally like Super Saiyan expands his muscles.
Yeah.
Fucking makes sense of that shit.
Why don't our real presidents do that? I would support them more.
Like tomorrow, I don't know. Let's say hypothetically, like President George something. I'm gonna create my
President
own
George Sears.
George Sears of the Sears Fortune, not that one, not the one you're thinking of, the other Sears Fortune. We fuck, sorry. We are starting our own mech program, and I'm gonna go punch Hitler. Sorry, Mecha Hitler. We got to include all the mechs. This is, it's a mech story.
Yes. Yeah, no, yeah, that's my top one. It was a crazy, remake of a From Software game.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, my top picks for this year, I'm not gonna lie, were Fallout 76. That I'm gonna keep screwing up the name, but like something is Tsushima. I'm really messing up the name. Anyway, and Spiderman. Sorry,
I'll be honest. A lot of the games this year are very much. I want to see more. I'm worried, or just kind of. And there was very few I actually legit got excited for. I legit got excited for Smash Ultimate. I legit got excited for Metal Wolf Chaos finally coming officially to the United States,
Right.
and Death Stranding, because I've been excited for that game for a long time.
pretty sure you were excited as soon as he announced that he was making his own game studio. Excuse me,
Yeah.
game studio and game to go with it. Because you can see Kojima Unleashed, which then itself sounds like a game. Kojima Unleashed. So
Kojima Unleashed. It's just.
it's video game developer.
It makes no sense.
It's video game developer tycoon with a lot of acid. You need to create a game. Time to take some acid.
Oh, the game is going to end up being really good, but nobody can actually explain it properly.
What's going on? You know, that is a good question that I
That's
don't
how
know the answer of.
Because I feel that's how a lot of like Metal Gear is. It's like I can kind of explain it, but
You have to play it to understand. It's an art piece in craziness, is what it is. It's an art piece in craziness.
yeah, it's very artful, and I like my arty games.
Arty. But I think that's it for this episode. Unless you have anything else you want to throw out there. Of course.
Let me look in here real quick, just kind of on the list. There's a Sign and Happiness game.
Huh.
There's a lot of sequels to things. Fortnite on the Switch.
Yay.
A new Mario Party.
Yay.
New Xenoblade 2 DLC.
Yay.
Hollow Knight for the Switch. A lot of Switch games. Finale of the Telltale Walking Dead games. They're doing the first-person Walking Dead game that's gonna come out right after the Telltale Walking Dead. Blah 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 blah. Forgotten City, which is basically a Skyrim mod turned into a full game.
Yep.
Skull and Bones, Babylon's Fall, which is a platinum game, and those games are always fun, even though I'm garbage at them. They're just fun.
Right.
New Tomb Raider. Just Cause 4.
Man versus tornado. Go.
Yeah.
Sorry, they literally have him go against a tornado at the end of that trailer. That's batshit crazy.
You know, that's what I want from games, the same thing I want from my anime.
Batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy and over-the-top action.
I mean, it makes sense in the long run. You have to just stay with us. Just stay with us. It'll all make sense. Don't worry.
It never makes sense. It'll never make sense. But we keep insinuating that eventually it'll make sense. But when we start to explain one thing, you have 20 more questions. It's not contradictory questions. It's like, well, now I have even more questions. Like, that all makes sense now, but the rest of it doesn't make sense.
I see. You're going with the Bubba Bo method of storytelling.
Yes.
Fucking makes sense that, huh? Huh? But you have more questions now, don't you?
That's the way.
Don't you fucking lie. You were able to follow it.
That's the way I wanted to go. It's like it's not contradictory questions. It's not questions about, well, this you said this in episode 1, but in episode 3 it did this instead. What's up with that? No, I want by the time you get to episode 3, you're like, all right, that answered episode like game not episode, but game 1's questions. But I have even more questions now. Who was that person? Why was he there? Who are those guys?
Also on note, because it is technically part of the news, they're having the Steam Summer Sale. Also on note to that, you can buy Goat Simulator for $2.49 right now.
I already own it. It's great.
It's fun.
Play it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. What was it? One of them was, there was a Goat Simulator game, a game done by the Goat Simulator guys.
It was also like Goat Simulator, the MMO. That was...
Oh, yeah. Goat Simulator is great. Remember, it's a feature, not a bug.
Yes. If you think something's broken, you're not playing it right because it's not broken.
Exactly. There was basically a version of basically what would have been a new version of Steam Hospital. Basically, it's like City Skylines. You know what City Skylines was for SimCity? It looks like that for Theme Hospital.
Okay.
Was another one there was like 2 Point Hospital.
There is one thing I did forget to mention, and I've got to add to the list. But they're adding in the future 2 new areas to the Elder Scrolls Online. One of which is Black Marsh, which any Elder Scroll fans know we have not gone there yet, so we'll get an idea, a better idea what Black Marsh is like.
It's their newest. Coffee Stain Studios had a game on E3. Mm-hmm. Satisfactory.
Okay.
And that's the Coffee Stain Studios is the guy who's brought Goat Simulator, and they did Satisfactory, where you build a crazy factory.
I like this idea.
Right? Especially with the buggy features of Goat Simulator. I'd love to see that. We're trying to make your factory, and then the world disappears.
Try to make your factory, and one of your cars starts doing somersaults in the parking lot.
Right? Oh god, Goat Simulator is amazing. Have you played it multiplayer? Have you played the multiplayer?
I have not. What's it like multiplayer?
Great. It's even worse. And by worse, I mean better.
Oh, there's one thing I want to end this on, since show's almost over. I have a friend right now playing Farming Simulator 17, and this is to you. No. Stop that. Stop that with the boring game. No Farming Simulator. Stop that. Okay.
I've been meaning to get back into City Skylines. I want to get the DLC so I can actually build a little better. By the way, City Skylines is a great new version of SimCity, but I had to restart the game like 5 times because it does not handhold you at all.
I would imagine not, no. I just hear it's a lot better at making cities, though.
Oh yeah, it's amazing at making cities, but like I kept fucking up like early on, and I'm like, shit. Take your time and just work with it. Pull up like a strategy guide on your phone or something so you can read it, especially when you first start, because there's a little bit of a tutorial, but it doesn't really tell you much. Like it just tells you build some roads. It doesn't specify how many roads you should build. Just build some roads.
Build some roads. Yeah, come on. Build those roads.
I accidentally built too much roads.
Well,
and wasted all of my money on roads.
On the bright side, you didn't have traffic issues.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the Coffee Stain Studios thing for Goat Simulator, and it's what does the press say? Games Radar Plus says, if you want to waste your money on a broken game that barely inspired a smile for us, buy Goat Simulators. And IGN says Goat Simulator isn't much of a game, but it's a hell of a good time.
Nice. Goat Simulator. I love that. I love that game. It was fun.
All right, shall we wrap up?
Yep. So, just like we say every time, you can find us on our social medias. You can find us at Facebook, facebook.com/Geekus Speakus, or at Geekus Speakus. Follow Bryan. Bryan, give him your handle.
I am Arxis on the Twitter. Follow me. I speak my mind. I talk about random shit.
You can follow us on our at Geekus Speakus Twitter account. I post jokes, and that's more or less it. But I think that's it. I guess.
If you wanna yell at us, tell us how wrong we are about games. Mail us at gspeakus@gmail.com.
Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna get tons of shit for forgetting names, but continuous listeners will know I do that often. gspeakus@gmail.com. I think that's it for this episode, though. So just like every other week, my name is Dean.
And I'm Bryan.
Have a good night, everyone.
Peace out, y'all.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode. If you like our show, you can stay up to date on our social media accounts, like at Facebook at facebook.com/Geekus Speakus, or on Twitter at Geekus Speakus. You know, we did mention this in the show, but go ahead and hit us up, follow us. You know, we were pretty interactive on there. You can now find our show pretty much wherever, so you can tune in Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you want to message us, you can do so at gspeakus@gmail.com. Feel free to contact us. We'll love to hear from you guys. I would like to thank the band The Spin Wires for their song Girls Like You. You can find them on Bandcamp for their newest album. And Pukatari and Friends from Kevin McLeod of Acompotech.com. And Tom for his awesome design for our logo. Thank you for listening. Have a great night, everyone.